Let's just dive right into this, shall we? Welcome to our rapid-fire explainer of Harper Lee's absolute masterpiece, To Kill a Mockingbird. We're going to be tracking Scout Finch's profound journey, going straight from the cozy safety of childhood myths right into the incredibly harsh realities of adulthood in the American South.
So, here's the roadmap for today. We'll be looking at the myths of Maycomb County, some hard lessons in true courage, the infamous Tom Robinson trial and its tragic verdict, and finally, what the Mockingbird actually represents. Plus, I'll show you exactly how to unlock the full guide at the end.
All right, Section 1, the myths of Maycomb County and its social castes. We're starting off in the sleepy, tired town of Maycomb, Alabama, right in the middle of the Great Depression. It's a place where society is rigidly defined, and honestly, for our young protagonists, their absolute biggest fear is simply an unseen neighbor. The whole story kicks off through the eyes of a young tomboy named Scout, her older brother Jem, and their buddy Dill. Before they even begin to understand the incredibly complex world of adults, they spend their summer totally obsessed with drawing a mysterious, reclusive man named Boo Radley out of his house. To them, it's just a game, a spooky ghost story to pass the time. Now, Maycomb's social ladder is, well, it's incredibly complex. Take the Cunninghams, for example. They represent honorable poverty. They outright refuse charity and actually pay their debts to their lawyer, Atticus Finch, with whatever they have, like hickory nuts and turnip greens. But in stark contrast, you have the Ools. They represent malicious poverty. They live essentially like animals down near the town dump and constantly break the law. It's literally the exact same level of poverty, but with completely opposite moral codes. But look, right beneath these subtle social castes lies a much, much darker reality. It's what Atticus Finch calls Maycomb's usual disease. We're talking about the deep-seated, systematic racial prejudice and the massive blind spots that infect the otherwise good-natured townspeople. It's this totally irrational racism that forces everyone into these dangerous, preconceived boxes. And honestly, this is the backdrop for everything that happens next. Moving on to Section 2, Lessons in True Courage, focusing on Atticus's teachings. Because as the children grow, their father, Atticus, purposefully shifts their focus away from all those childhood superstitions and points them directly toward real-world empathy. I absolutely love this part. This quote right here is literally the moral compass of the entire novel. Atticus drops this massive truth bomb on Scout after she has a terrible first day of school. He tells her she can't judge people until she climbs into their skin and walks around in it. He's teaching her how to navigate the complicated, often highly prejudiced people in their town with compassion rather than just getting angry. And then he follows it up later with the novel's core metaphor. When the kids get air rifles, Atticus tells them they can shoot at tin cans all day, but it is a sin to kill a mockingbird. Why? Because mockingbirds are entirely innocent. Destroying innocent beings who literally only do good for the world is the ultimate sin. Keep this in the back of your mind, all right? It's going to be super crucial later. Atticus also makes sure to show Jem what true courage actually looks like. And spoiler alert, it isn't a man holding a gun. Atticus uses old, hateful Mrs. Dubose as the ultimate example. This woman forces herself to break a severe morphine addiction right before she dies, just so she can leave this world beholden to nothing and nobody. It's about fighting the really hard fight, knowing you're completely beaten before you even begin. Which brings us to Section 3, the Tom Robinson trial. Adult reality. This is where those innocent childhood myths completely shatter against the incredibly harsh reality of the courtroom. So Atticus has been appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused by Mayella Ewell, a white woman. Now let's look at the facts. In court, Atticus systematically dismantles the Ewell's entire story. He establishes that Mayella was beaten on the right side of her face, meaning a left-handed person hit her. He then proves Bob Ewell is left-handed. Meanwhile, Tom Robinson's left arm was completely destroyed in a cotton gin years ago. It's totally useless. He literally could not have committed the crime.
The absolutely crucial point here is this. Tom was simply being kind to what felt like the loneliest girl in the world. He helped Mayella with chores because nobody else would. But when she made advances on him, and they were suddenly caught by her furious, abusive father, Bob Ewell, Tom was forced to run. As a black man in the segregated South, running obviously made him look guilty, but staying would have meant certain death.
This leads us into Section 4, a tragic verdict and the loss of innocence. Because despite the overwhelming, undeniable physical evidence proving Tom's innocence, the deeply ingrained prejudice of the jury completely takes over. The jury straight up ignores the physical evidence. They ignore the truth entirely. They bring back a devastating, guilty verdict. I mean, Atticus proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that Tom couldn't have committed the crime, but the jury simply couldn't look past the color of his skin. Maycomb's disease won. And this just utterly breaks Jem's heart. He cannot comprehend the injustice of it all. As Atticus observes later, seems that only children weep. It's a gut punch, really. It proves that the adults are so calloused by their societal norms that only the innocent children truly feel the agonizing weight of the town's completely broken justice system. From here, the tragedy just compounds rapidly. Tom Robinson is sent off to a prison farm. Having lost literally all hope that the appeals process will save him, he makes a blind run for the fence and is tragically shot and killed by the guards. Meanwhile, despite technically winning the case, Bob Ewell is publicly humiliated because Atticus exposed him as a liar and a serial abuser. Furious, Bob Ewell starts plotting revenge against the Finch family. Okay, Section 5, The Mockingbird Revealed, Worlds Colliding. This is the climax where that childhood ghost story and the very real, terrifying adult danger violently collide. Months after the trial, it's Halloween night. Scout and Jem are walking home in the pitch-black dark after a school pageant. Out of nowhere, they are ambushed. Bob Ewell physically goes after Atticus's children in the dark with a switchblade, actually breaking Jem's arm. But against all odds, they are miraculously saved. A mysterious figure pulls you all off, saves the kids, and literally carries Jem all the way back home. Back at the Finch house, this mysterious savior steps into the light, and it is revealed to be none other than Boo Radley. The town phantom was actually their silent protector all along. Sheriff Hectate arrives and reports that Bob Ewell has been found dead with a kitchen knife in his ribs. But here's the twist. Instead of arresting Boo, the sheriff bends the rules. He insists Bob Ewell simply fell on his knife. He does this entirely to protect the painfully shy Boo Radley from being dragged into the destructive, overwhelming spotlight of the town's attention. Atticus really struggles with this lie at first, but Scout, she gets it immediately. She looks right at her dad and asks, well, it'd be sort of like shooting a mockingbird, wouldn't it? She has finally grasped Atticus's greatest lesson, exposing the gentle, innocent Boo Radley, a man who only ever tried to help them, to the cruel gossip of Maycomb would be an absolute sin. He is the ultimate mockingbird. Finally, Section 6, Unlock the Full Guide. Your next steps. Look, we've raced through the high-level narrative here, but to truly master this classic for your exams or your book club, you really need the detailed character breakdowns and deep quote analysis. Luckily, getting all of that is super simple. Step 1, just click my Instagram link right down in the description below. Step 2, shoot me a DM asking for the Mockingbird Guide, and I'll send you the payment details. Step 3, you'll directly receive the ultimate, full-scale study guide packed with comprehensive summaries, character analyses, and all the most important quotes fully explained. And honestly, the best part? It is incredibly affordable. For just INR 29, you can unlock literally everything you need to completely ace your understanding of this timeless, profound novel. Seriously, just send me that DM. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this final thought. Think about everything we've just uncovered in this explainer today. If you had been sitting in that courtroom, in that specific time and place, would you have had the courage to truly stand in Tom Robinson's shoes and fight Maycomb's disease? Thank you so much for joining me today, and I cannot wait to see you over in the Instagram DMs.